All the information shared in this video is available on the public platform. Nothing is discussed here which may breach the confidentiality of our armed forces. Defense Detective respects our defense forces and works only on the information that is available for public use.
In 1970, Indian Jaguar fighter jets made enemies break a sweat, and now the Sepicat Jaguar deep penetration strike aircraft is being given new life. The Indian Air Force is incorporating a new generation of close combat missiles into its arsenal for combat aircraft, so that destruction can be brought to the enemy's camps. So, the Jaguar is being upgraded. The IAF, the only air force in the world to operate these fighters, has revitalized them by performing a major upgrade that includes new attack and navigation avionics. The IAF has sought proposals from industry players to modify and re-equip two aircraft with new generation missiles. The missiles will be integrated with the aircraft's new display attack ranging inertial navigation 3, therein 3, avionics and helmet-mounted display. The missiles are being identified as European firm MBDA's Advanced Short-Range Air-to-Air Missile, ASRAAM. The IAF tender calls for the inclusion of Helmet-Mounted Display System, HMDS, to improve the pilot's situational awareness and targeting capabilities. HMDS projects critical flight and targeting information directly onto the pilot's helmet visor. The IAF has selected NGCCM, Next Gen Close Combat Missile, to replace the aging Matra R550 Magic on the Jaguar strike aircraft's over-the-wing pylon. ASRAAM has an infrared homing system that can track and hone in on a target range inside the line of sight. The missile weighs 88 kilograms and has a range of more than 25 kilometers. An official told the media, IIR, Imaging Infrared, is the most advanced IR missile. There is no information on the target when IR missiles are launched since they are passive. With a helmet-mounted sighting display, pilots can cue the missile head to look toward the target without turning the aircraft on that side. This makes off-bow sight launch possible. The missiles also make it possible without input from onboard radar, making over-the-shoulder shots possible as no radar looks behind. ASRAAM is in service with the Royal Air Force as its Within Visual Range (WVR) dominance weapon. The weapon has been deployed by the Royal Australian Air Force on its FA-18 Hornet. In WVR air combat, the ability to strike first is vital. A pilot engaging an enemy needs a missile that reacts more rapidly than ever before with the speed and agility to maximize the probability of a kill, regardless of evasive target maneuvers or the deployment of countermeasures. ASRAAM accepts target information via aircraft sensors, such as radar or helmet-mounted sight, but it can also act as an autonomous infrared search and track system. The RAF has demonstrated successful, over-the-shoulder, firing in lock-on after launch, LOL, mode against target drones that were behind the wing line of the launch aircraft. The missile has been fully integrated with Eurofighter Typhoon, Tornado, and FA-18. Now, ASRAAM is also being integrated into the F-35 Lightning II. The IR missiles, also known as Fire and Forget, will enable Jaguars to successfully engage various types of combat aircraft, transport platforms as well as cruise missiles and unmanned aerial vehicles. The project will involve studying the Jaguar's existing therein 3 avionics, developing technical specifications, modifying the existing software, airframe, and wing pylons, conducting ground and flight trials, and final certification. The IAF's Anglo-French Sepicat Jaguar deep penetration strike aircraft are one of its primary strike jets in the combat fleet. Out of the 140 aircraft acquired initially, 125 remain in service. Inducted into the IAF some 4 decades back, it has undergone multiple upgrades in its avionics and weapons, keeping it relevant in its role for the IAF. India is the sole remaining Jaguar operator, with other users, France, the UK, Oman, Nigeria, and Ecuador, having retired them. India has adopted Jaguar fighter bombers to deliver nuclear gravity bombs, making them an essential part of its nuclear triad. The IAF had procured 31 decommissioned Jaguar airframes from France with the purchase of Rafale, to cannibalize them for their spares and ensure the serviceability of its aircraft. Jaguars have played an important role in various conflicts in India. During Operation Pavan in Sri Lanka and the 1999 Kargil War, the aircraft conducted reconnaissance missions. The Photoreki missions conducted during the Kargil War along the line of control helped bomb enemy positions using precision munitions. In the 1970 S-40 of these aircraft were imported from the UK, and thereafter, the public sector aircraft maker Hindustan Aeronautics Ltd, HAL, licensed produced these aircraft in India until 2007. Since then, the fighters have undergone three major upgrades, the latest one being Derrin 3. The Derrin 3 Jaguars have also been equipped with the Israeli LM-2052, giving it an improved defensibility against electronic warfare jamming. By having multiple transceiver modules, TRM, each transmitting in a different radio frequency, the LM-2052 also has a lower probability of intercept of enemy radar warning receivers. In other words, the Jaguar Derrin 3 would be more difficult to detect and jam. LM-2052 is an advanced multi-mode radar capable of air-to-air, air-to-ground, and air-to-sea tracking, targeting, and engagement. ELTA has not disclosed the radar's range or the number of targets it can track and simultaneously engage. However, the most important component of the aircraft, its engine, has yet to undergo upgradation. The aircraft, powered by two Rolls-Royce Adore Mk811 turbofan engines, is underpowered. A more powerful engine is required to push its flight envelope and allow it to operate at high altitudes. The aircraft keeps losing thrust with time and has lowered capacity by 15 to 20% due to an antiquated engine that needs replacement due to substantial wear and tear. The IAF aims to replace these aircraft with the indigenous Light Combat Aircraft, LCA, Tejas Mk2.